Yo, my bad. What is up, Mika? You still on mute?
My bad. You
Yo,
could have unmuted me.
Nah,
You got the juice.
Nah, it won't. It wouldn't let me unmute you. It wouldn't let me unmute you. But what's good, man? Everything going. The MVP league rookie of the year out here. Nah, I
I'm
mean you're not
not.
here getting to it.
I'm not.
Oh, man, that's dope, man. Trust me, I am loving every minute of it. I'm glad you out here getting to it, man. It helps. You know what I'm saying? Get them podcasting chops up, dog. So when I'm really ready to call on you for your just solo Mika G show, boom, I produce the whole. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Whenever you ready, we'll do it that way, man. Um, talking. Well, I want to wait till Kobe get in here, but you know what we talk about, man. We're gonna do this whole show. It's gonna be spoilers. So if you hear, and I'm gonna let it be known throughout the show that we are talking spoilers. Spoilers when it comes to Across the Spider-Verse. Mika, you did see it, right? I'm pretty well. I already saw that you was talking a little bit about it, so
Ain't nobody was talking a little bit about it. I posted a review.
I know that's what I'm saying. You was talking a little bit about it, so you know what I'm saying. So I
No
do know that you
spoilers
thought.
though. No spoilers.
No spoilers though. No spoilers. Um, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Kobe, where you at, man? You just said you was getting on here and your internet was good. Come on, bro. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It was one thing I wanted to do. I want to start doing like inspirational quotes, movie quotes before every show. Um, let me see if I can find one real quick. You know what? I like that one. I'm gonna go with this one. This is a movie that I enjoy, but see if I can pull it up. I'm probably gonna get hit for it, but I don't even care. So just a little quote, you know what I'm saying? Some movie quotes. This is what I'm gonna start doing before I introduce and start the show, just to get everybody in some type of mood or you know what I'm saying, something like that. So here we go. How you like that?
That was it.
No fate. Up to you to make it happen. Once you get there, you have to make it happen, ladies and gentlemen. You got to do it. So without further ado,
my quote's
let's
gonna be
start
show
this.
me the money.
Right? That ain't what I was. I was saying let's start this show. Let's go.
We had a whole lot of superstars on this stage here tonight, but I want y'all to know one thing. This is my motherfucking house.
Yo, the energy is high, man.
Show
This
me
was
the
a
money.
dope film, Mika. This was a dope film, man. Look, you know we trying to keep it under an hour. We still gonna try to hit that mandate. But if we bleed over a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It might just happen because this.
Really? How you gonna delete your own self? Like, all right. So anyway, yeah. So the energy was high. This movie was amazing. You know,
I killed myself.
see, I don't even know how you did that. Like how you remove yourself.
I'm back, though. It happens sometimes. It happens. That's the energy. You know what happened? I just Spider-Verse, man, just crossed over.
We gonna talk about this morning when Drake killed the spider from the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Okay, we ain't gonna talk.
I said, how you talk about Spider-Verse and end up killing the spider, man?
He killed the spider. He's like, oh, the spider from
from 42.
From 42. Gotcha.
Oh man, Yeah, he was wilding. He was wilding. Mo, what up? What up? What up? What up, Mo?
What's up, Mo?
What it do? What it do? Shit, I gotta bring all this shit back up now. Hold on. Off my slides. There we go. All right, so like I said, man, we're talking Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. If you have not seen it, leave or plug your ears or whatever, because we are doing spoilers, man. Spoilers. I guess Mo is on his patois. You know what I'm saying? Is Mo Jamaican?
I don't know.
Mo, you Jamaican?
What's that,
Yeah.
kid?
Oh snap! Kev in the building. Kev, what up? What up? What up? What up? But yeah, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That's what we're talking about. I wanna. What would you like to look? These still going at it. Okay, Mo. I guess so. I guess he is Jamaican, man. I don't know. How do you want to do this? Do you want to do a play-by-play, or do you just want to hop into some things? How do you want to do?
Nah, just let's hop into some things. I mean, especially if nobody's really seen it. I don't want to give I don't want to give too much away. I mean, there's gonna be some spoilers in this, but I want to be like, oh, this is the whole movie, you know?
Right. Okay, so we won't do it like that. We won't do it like that. We'll do. I guess we could start with your likes and dislikes about the movie. And I'll let you go first.
Oh, let's just start off with the way this movie ended, okay?
Oh, you just gonna jump into the ending? I mean, you
Yeah.
talking about? Oh, I ain't trying to get too much away, and then
No, I'm just saying that's one of my dislikes. I did not
okay.
I ain't like how it ended. You know what I'm saying? But it made sense, you know. And then you know, all of these movie, you know, production companies take a hint from Sony.
Yes.
Take a hint from Sony. We went in here thinking that this movie was going. We didn't go in thinking that this movie was going to be a two-parter. But when you got to the end, you was like, "Wait, the movie over already? Whoa, wait!"
It was a long movie though.
It was a long movie. But when you get to the end, yeah, take a hint from Sony. Like they didn't announce that this was gonna be part 1 of a 3-part series. Like none of that. There's like here's Across the Spider-Verse, and then when you got to the end, you like, oh well, damn. Yeah, to be continued. To be continued.
That's how you do it.
Oh, and also another thing that one of my likes is no end credit scene.
Yep.
That was another one of my likes. That's one of my likes is there was no end credit scene, so you didn't have to sit through. Like they didn't even they didn't what is it called? Like you didn't have to sit there and just wait and like here's the teaser for the next movie or whatever. Like none of that. Yeah, like I like that.
They just left the cliffhanger.
They left it to your imagination.
So how did you feel about the race swap of Astrid of how you train your dragon?
I've never watched that movie.
Oh, for the new training. For the live action. I think you're talking about. But we're talking Spider-Man right now, Corey. But I don't. Race swaps ain't my thing, man. I've talked about it before, but we're talking Spider-Man right now, across the Spider-Verse, or is that what it is? Across the Spider-Verse, right?
Yes, across the Spider-Verse.
He said across was part 1 in the teaser. Oh, he said they did do a part. He said it said part 1 in the teaser.
Oh wait, did it?
It might have. Either way, it still was the way the cliffhanger was. I agree with you. Them just dropping it like that, and because I was thinking, okay, we finna get in. I thought it was like a whole nother act. You know what I'm saying?
Me too. It was like to be continued. Just psych. Just kidding.
I was like, they got us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, I ain't having that. That was dope, man. Take notes. I said it also, man. I said Marvel, big Marvel, needs to take notes on how to do storytelling and the writing of these characters, especially looking at the Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse. Lord and Miller did their thing, man. Take notes. That's really that's really it. Take notes, because they really put their foot into some shit with this one. You know what I'm saying? What's a like that you got?
I like the Gwen Stacy, us going into Gwen Stacy's story.
From
Giving
the jump.
Yeah, like from jump, like
Yeah.
I like that we got her, you know what I'm saying, we got her canon story, for her as far as what led her to become Spider Girl, Spider Gwen. I also like I like Pregnant Jess.
You like Pregnant Jess.
I like Pregnant Jess.
Corey, we're gonna talk about the Miles versus Spider-Man versus. I'm gonna talk about that. That's something that I do want to talk about. Go. I'm sorry.
I also, I mean, this movie overall, there was so much I liked about it. Like, I mean, I was like sitting there watching it the whole time and was just like in awe, like the whole time. Just like the way the storytelling in this one was, it's along the same lines as the first one, but it was just a little bit better, like just a little bit better. A little bit more seasoning to it, right? Like it was just like sprinkle a little bit more salt on top of it, But yeah, just to get the the backstory for Gwen, like that's normally not done. Like normally it's the main focus is always the main character, but just to get her story I thought that was pretty dope.
Yeah, I think that was dope too, to jump in. I mean, straight off the rip, you jumping into Gwen, when Gwen's universe. I forgot what her universe is. 65. Earth 65. We're happening to what I'm saying, and all the color palettes and how saying to play against each other, things of that nature. And like you said, seeing her canon, and we're gonna talk about canon events too. You know what I'm saying? Because I do want to talk canon events. Oh snap! The third is in the building. Kobe, you hear me?
Yeah, what's good, fam?
Okay, there he go. What's good? What's good? Just talking. We're going through our likes and dislikes right now. That's how we hopping into it.
Okay. I'm trying to get my lighting right.
Yeah, why you go ahead, man? We'll talk while you fix yourself, while you primping and do your makeup. But no, jumping straight into Gwen's universe. I liked it, like you said, the canon event, the tension between her and her dad.
Yeah.
I thought was major. The tension between her and her dad was major.
Yeah. She that part when she revealed herself, saying to him, like she took her mask off and he still was like, get them hands up.
Yeah, that was like,
get them hands up.
I'm like, damn, dog, you ain't even want to talk about it.
Right. You're still under arrest. Put your hands behind your back. You
didn't even want to talk about
it. And then the fact that she was like, do you want me to put my hands up or do you want me to get down? I was like, yo.
Yeah, she was like, hold on now. What do you want me to do?
What you want me to do? Because I feel like you're going to pop two rounds in me.
It was crazy. Theo, what up, man? What up? We doing this Across the Spider-Verse, talking a little bit about it. If you haven't seen it, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be full of spoilers. Yeah, but I thought that was a good nod to, police be out here on some shit.
And that's what I said too. I was like, she literally like that's what be happening. Like, do you want me to get on my knees or you want me to put my hands up? Like, which one do you want me to do?
I'm trying to comply.
Right? Like, cause ain't gonna lie, Dad was ready to put 2 rounds in her before she took that mask off.
That was crazy. Kobe, what you got? What was your dislike?
Dislike. If I could say I had a dislike about this movie, maybe some of the tonal beats. That's what I'll say. Sometimes when they wanted to have a moment of like levity, you know what I'm saying, I feel like the humor might have been a little too much. You know what I'm saying? Because this, for the most part, was a really serious movie. Like, so when you have like, for instance, like the Spock character. You know what I'm saying? I feel like his whole character, the first half of the movie was all just comic relief. You know what I'm saying? But and that was because I guess you weren't supposed to respect his character. But like I said, I think that just some of the story beats just had a little too much levity. But that's really my only gripe about this movie. There was, like I said, there was a lot to like. The graphic animation was top notch. When I say top notch, man, I was sitting there like I watched it in IMAX and I was blown away, like how good it looked. As a story, man, like because people don't really think about it, this is the sequel. You know what I'm saying? This is the second movie, so the second movie is usually the one that's bad. For this to do what it's doing and to be as good as it is, oh man, like it blew me away. You know what I'm saying? The whole movie was good. The acting was great. The voice acting was great. The animation was great. The story was great. I thought some of the characters they used, the Spider-Man they used, I thought was pretty cool. A lot of the callbacks that some of the and in film or on TV or anything like that, it's only been print. So, you know what I'm saying? So I thought that was pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, nah, it was the callbacks was dope. We even got this callback. Where is it at? Everybody know this one,
Yeah.
We got that callback, which was fun. Like you said, it was. I think I hear you on the levity, but I think it was just enough. I think it was just enough levity. Especially with the Spot character, him being kind of even in the comics, you know what I'm saying? They try to play him off like he's, Z level villain when it comes to Spider-Man, but he's actually an OP character, and I like that they gave us the funny, goofy, like you said. I don't respect this. Even Miles didn't take him serious, right?
Right.
Miles didn't even take him serious, and now you're seeing how powerful the Spot really is. You know,
right?
Going from being this goofy character. Now, I don't necessarily like his motivations.
No, I like that.
Say that again.
I think it's kind of silly. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Oh, you hit me," you know what I'm saying, with the bagel and blah blah. Like, I thought that was kind of funny that's how they tied his character in. You know what I'm saying? It's the most random character of the whole movie, the last movie.
It reminds me of Amazing Spider-Man 2 Electro.
Right.
Like Electro didn't have no real motive. You know what I'm saying? I'm ugly. Don't nobody like me. Now I'm just gonna go and terrorize the world. Like that is same thing with Spot. Like, oh, you hit me with the bagel. Now I'm just gonna be mad and have a temper tantrum and you know what I mean? That's basically what he did. That's basically you're gonna respect me. I'm the Spot now. You have to. I'm your arch nemesis. Like, dog, no.
He basically told Miles, like, you created me. Like, you basically, so now I'm your arch nemesis because you created me.
Right.
But what is Miles supposed to do? If somebody,
it wasn't like he was intentional. He didn't intentionally create you. Like, it was purely accidental.
I do think it's dope that they, you know what I'm saying, wrapped it up to that one little thing from the first movie, him, you know what I'm saying, with the bagel. That's the guy who got hit with the bagel turning into the Spot. I do think that was dope.
It was interesting to do it that way.
But that motivation to me was trash. That was trash motivation.
I think after Miles clowned him and was like, I can't even take you seriously, man. Like that, I think that ended up being his motivation.
And that's the Spider-Man way though.
Right. Like, okay, you clown me. You're not taking me seriously as a villain. Okay, now I done figured out I could travel across these multiverses. Let me create some more spots. And now I'm finna hit up all these different places, all these different different times and get more power, and I'm gonna become more powerful, and then I'm gonna show you who I am.
Right. Which is, we're going into this next one. We'll see how much they build upon the Spot character. Now, that's one thing that I really enjoy about this movie was we got to they built up at least to me it was a lot of character build up. Even side I don't want to call them side characters, but ancillary characters like his mom, his dad,
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you said, we hopped in with Gwen's relationship with her dad. Matter of fact, we'll just break down characters. So Gwen, Miguel, we got um what would we call, what do we call him? Pavatar Pabakar. I don't even, Indian Spider-Man
We
we'll
called
call
him
him.
Indian Spider-Man.
Indian Spider-Man. Even them, like, you got a little piece of Indian Spider-Man's background, or knowing, you know what I'm saying? Because every time they introduce somebody, you got a little piece of, you know what I'm saying, their background.
Yeah, they did the same. They did the same thing like they did in the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm, Indian Spider-Man. Like, here's my background. I got bit by a spider. Da, da, da. Like, you got their
Mhm.
background story, and you're not Chai T. You saying TT.
That's right, TT. That's TT. But so Miguel, or Spider-Man 2099, Gwen Stacy, or I forgot her real, the name, her superhero name. What is it? Shadow Spider? It's not Shadow Spider.
I don't know.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
I'm just trying. I'm just
She's Spider Gwen to me.
Spider Gwen. Yeah, but that ain't what they call her. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I call her. Name Spider Gwen.
But those characters and how they were introduced, I got an issue with Miguel, and I'm gonna get into Miguel. I do have an issue with Miguel.
Let's
I'm
go
gonna get
ahead
into.
and dive right into Miguel.
You want to dive into Miguel? We jump into Miguel.
How you a spider? How you a vampire Spider-Man?
Well, okay. So I give you a little background on
Yeah. Go ahead. Let's
on
give a left.
2099.
Because they didn't go. Did they even
didn't.
discuss
That's why I
how he
haven't
became?
At
Because when
all.
he went to go bite old boy's neck, I was just like,
What
Yeah.
in the world?
But see, and I got something that I read, and it made me go, oh shit, that might not even be Miguel.
Ooh.
That might not even be Miguel. That might not be Spider-Man 2099.
Hmm.
I know. I
Okay.
see you, Mika, but you don't know the other villain. Remember, I keep on talking about Moreland.
Moreland, right?
I keep talking Moreland.
so Miguel not a he
That might not be Miguel. I'm not saying he don't exist.
He not a vampire.
No, Miguel. Okay, so I'll give you the background on Miguel. So Miguel was a scientist, geneticist. In the year 2099, he was running experiments to, I forgot what the experiment was, but let's just say super soldier serum, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he worked for Alchemex. The last experiment he did, the subject died, so he was gonna quit. So the bosses at Alchemex tricked him into drinking this drink, which was a drug, and that drug is highly addictive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but the only people who could antidote the drug was Alchemex. So they did that thinking that they would trick him into stay working at Alchemex.
Mm-hmm.
Well, instead he tried to come up with some kind of concoction to alleviate the him being addicted, his addiction. So he went to Alchemex, ran the test on himself, and then his boss showed up and said, okay, you trying to do that, then I'm gonna just kill you. And he started messing with all the knobs and stuff like that. So a big explosion happened, and because it was like gene therapy, so he was gonna change his genes to where he wasn't addicted to the drug no more.
Mm-hmm.
That happened. It ended up being because his genetic thing was he took, I think he took old superheroes. So he might have had Spider-Man's DNA. He had something like that, but he took DNA and was splicing it. That's how he ended up with a spider. So boom, that happened. He ended up having claws on his hands and on his feet, the abilities of a spider, just like Spider-Man, and he also had fangs, right? He also had sensitive to the sunlight, and he could see in different infrared and things, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. So you can say he is kind of like Spider Vampire, you know what I'm saying? You can say that. Here though, and this is where when I say that he might be Moreland, he didn't shoot webs. Everybody else shot webs because Miguel 2099 Spider-Man shoots webs out of his hands, actual organic webs.
Mm-hmm.
There was no organic webs with this Spider-Man.
Yeah,
it looked like lasers. Right? Looked like lasers. His suit, he had like a damn near like a Iron Man suit. It was like nanotech.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now in the 2099 version, he basically just had a suit made out of unstable, like Fantastic Four. their suits, you know what I'm saying, depending on their power, like how what's it called, can stretch.
Yeah.
The suit won't rip and tear because it's unstable molecule. So that's what his suit was made out of in the comics. Here he had like a nanotech suit. Remember, we don't really have his background. We didn't get how he was bit.
No.
We don't know how he became Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying?
No.
He just
Nope.
showed up into this universe saying that, oh, the Spider-Man of this unit, the Miguel of this universe died, and I took over and
'Cause
was
he
liking the kids. Right?
Some of
Now,
them.
now that's just a you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I saw it and I dived a little bit more deeper into it and started researching, but it fits and it makes sense because the only thing I said, Moreland is a vampire who goes around, like I always say, he goes around, whether it's a spider totem, whatever the totems is, he's a vampire and he takes all the their energy from it. We don't see him doing that. But he did, like you said, he showed them fangs and was about to bite. And then he had to inject it. Now, why did he have to inject himself? They never went into that neither.
No, there was a lot they didn't go into.
You know,
when it came to Miguel.
Spider-Man 2099 doesn't have to inject himself with anything. Now, I haven't read the comics in a long time, but he doesn't have to, as far as I know, he doesn't have to inject himself with anything to like stop him from wanting to bite somebody. He's not going around biting people in the comics. You know what I'm saying? That's just a byproduct of what happened. So that's just a theory, you know what I'm saying, that I read and then I did it. And now I kind of like, this might be. And they say Moreland is supposed to be showing up in Madam Web or mentioned or something like that in Madam Web. So
right,
just throwing that out there. But to get back to this Miguel, we all watched my homegirl and her love reach her Stretch Armstrong. I don't want to stay there, but I do want to talk about some of the points that she said about him being a dick to Miles and just how he treated, what his motivation was. Because I think she missed what his motivation was, trying to you know what I'm saying, say what she said.
Yeah.
His motivation was, if we stick to what we saw and what we know, he showed up to this new universe, took over, and that universe collapsed on itself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's like she's forgetting that he witnessed an incursion or a cannon point,
right,
or whatever. So he is trying to stop that from happening in all of these worlds.
But the thing was, in Miles' world, it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't happen because if it was supposed to happen the way that it happened in the world that Miguel went to, or in like Indian Spider-Man's world where the canon event didn't happen. So I'm thinking, let me rewind myself. In Miles' world, the canon event did happen because Peter Parker was Spider-Man, but he died, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the spider that was from Earth 42 that was in his world never was supposed to happen, right?
Or was it?
Or maybe it was.
See, go ahead, Mick.
My thing was like Miguel is sitting here like he's giving Miles the cold shoulder because he's like, you ain't supposed to exist right now, my guy. Like you ain't even supposed to be here. Like Spider-Man in that world died. So you replacing him, you're a mistake. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't necessary. And like hate to bring up that video, but she's like he didn't address him in Spanish and stuff like that. And I'm like this dude really did not care for this kid. They've been watching this kid this whole time.
Yeah.
They've been watching him this whole time. He really did not care for this kid because he was not supposed to be Spider-Man.
Right. If anything, he didn't want to kill. I don't think he wanted to kill Miles. But if he could take him off the board to where, hey, all these things, especially now, I don't know if they will see in the future or if they knew what the canon events was. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think Miguel is the leader. I think he's the Leonardo, but I think there's a splinter, which would be Madam Web. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we see some Madam Web in the net because she is, she can see the future. She can see all the intersections and everything like that.
Right.
So I would like to see who's really pulling the strings when it comes to that. Because think about it. If I witnessed a world get destroyed, right? And now I'm on this crusade to stop worlds from being destroyed. And then the person who, I'm being told that this person is an anomaly. He ain't supposed to be here, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to be like, man, we got to get this kid got to go. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a soldier like that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I'm for real about my mission, then that's what I'm gonna be about. It ain't about speaking Spanish back to you or being your friend or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
then Gwen knowing, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody knew that what the story was. Gwen went there to see him one last time. Basically, it was how I look at whatever the canon event was. Either he was gonna die because he wasn't supposed to be Spider-Man, or his, you know what I'm saying, telling that who wants to show up and say, man, your dad gonna die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Like she supposed to talk about, hey, good to see you. Hey, just to let you know, your dad finna die. Gotta go.
Right.
Gotta go. and you better not stop him from dying. Gotta go.
Right.
What? You know what I'm saying? Like that. So I'm like, she had them Stretch Armstrong reaches. But now, since you bring up, or we're talking about Miles as an anomaly, I got a couple of, let me get to my little questions, because I got questions. So the Miles paradox, that's what I'm calling it, the Miles paradox.
Okay.
Reason I call it the Miles paradox is because if he wasn't supposed to be there, then he shouldn't have a canon event.
Right.
Right?
And that's what he was trying to tell them.
If I'm not supposed to be here, I shouldn't even have a canon event.
Exactly.
And if I am, and if I do have a canon event, then that means I'm supposed to be here.
Right.
Right. So I think the writers, we have to see if that was done on purpose or if that was just a slip of writing. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, they did a damn good, flawless job of this whole multiversal. They did a real good. Marvel, pay attention, because they explain their multiverse universe, whatever is way easier to understand and dissect than the shit that we getting with the MCU. You know what I'm saying? And even I just watched The Flash. The way they explain the multiverse, even better. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, if either I'm supposed to be here or I'm not supposed to be here. So that's the paradox. The Spider from 42. What up, Dre?
What's up, Dre?
What up, Dre? The Spider from 42 comes over because of what Kingpin did with the Collider in the first one. Bites Miles. He gets the power. Like you said, there was already a Peter there. Peter dies. Miles takes over. Would that mean that he has two? And this is my question: does he have two canon events? You know what I'm saying? His uncle dying should have been his canon event.
Right. That should have been his canon event, and that's why when, because they even brought it up, they even showed him when he was leaning over his uncle, and I'm like, okay, so he doesn't need his dad doesn't need to die, like, because he's already had a canon event,
right?
So
it was everybody's canon event the same, like. It's not.
No, because Gwen's canon event was Peter.
Say that again, Kobe.
None of them can be the same, because they showed some with Gwen Stacy, with Captain Stacy dying, and then they showed some with Uncle Ben dying. So it was two separate canon events, right?
Right.
James said, I think they imply that the Spider-Man can have more. Yeah, and I was just about to say that. Is it multiple? So going forward, you have I guess you would have multiple canon events. Things
every universe,
right? I guess that make you a Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, if you think about original 616 Spider-Man, he had, you know, Uncle Ben dying, Gwen Stacy dying, him marrying MJ should be a canon event. I guess the clones, because I want to bring up clones.
Because they did show Ben Reilly, right? Yeah,
Ben Reilly was in this,
right? Yeah.
And I hate that they made him comic relief, but he was. I enjoyed his character, right? That is a broken canon event.
Was that the dramatic Spider-Man?
Yeah, that's the dramatic with the cut off tank top, posing and stuff.
He was like,
so you bring up with Ben Reilly being there, him being a clone, that means that there's two Spider-Man in this universe,
right?
And if you're a reader of the comics, it was more than just Ben Reilly; it was clones, plural, running around as Spider-Man.
Mhm.
How was Ben Riley part of the Spider Brigade or what do they call themselves?
I forgot.
The Spider, whatever, the Spider Squad. How was he part of that? I'm gonna give him something. How was he part of their squad even existing? He should have been isolated, right?
Mhm.
Because he's not the main Spider-Man.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Nope.
It was a lot of clones that they were showing, you know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
various whatever. Because he's not his own distinct Spider-Man like Miles is. And
Right.
that's another thing. Miles is not Spider-Man.
Nope.
Miles is, I know it says Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, but Miles is Miles Morales. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So he will
He
operate
has
just like Gwen Stacy is Gwen
Right.
Stacy. They're not Spider-Man. They're just people who happen to be bitten by spiders in whatever universe they
And
come from.
don the costume.
Even with Spider-Woman showing up, Spider-Woman wasn't bitten by no damn spider.
Mm-mm.
See, that ain't how she got her powers.
Nope.
But I mean, that's me geeking out and getting into some other things. You know what I'm saying?
No, but that's the thing. It makes sense. And they're Spider Women. They all have to have the same. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what the movie did is gave all those Spider people the exact same backstory and the exact same right, which didn't really make any sense, but I guess it does. I don't know, man. That's one of the other flaws I have about this. Like you said, is it doesn't make sense, but we still don't know what they're going to say with the next movie, so they might tie it together. Like I said, that's a little confusing.
It's, and like I said, is it a slip of the writing, or you know what I'm saying, or is it just they had a story they wanted to tell and some things got left out? Who, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? They wanted to bring Ben Riley in. I'm fine with it. I just want to also, bring that up because he is a clone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's a clone. Miguel O'Hara is from 2099. He's technically not really a Spider-Man because his Spider, I guess his Spider-Man would have died. Peter Parker died, and then, him being Spider-Man of the year 2099. But shit, Spider-Man might still be around 2099. Who knows? But even he didn't get his powers from a spider. Oh, we don't know. Well, we don't know what, what I'm saying, this Miguel O'Hara Spider-Man is. What was my other questions? Backstory. Okay, yeah. What happens? So when the cannon breaks, what really happens? We know we got Miguel's side. We saw kind of what happened in India. Did anything really happen? Did we see? I know they showed up, but we didn't see like it really collapsing.
He said that they said they could save it.
Right. He said that they had created something to where they could attempt to save that universe or whatever, because they've seen it collapse before. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he witnessed it collapse.
Right.
So that when in India, that's why all those spider people showed up. They put the devices around the hole because they were trying to stop the, that universe from collapsing in on itself. But if there's multiple cannons, okay.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, if there's multiple canon events, then like him not letting his the girl that he was interested in died. Like there should have been another canon event, like his Uncle Ben or his Aunt May or somebody dying to counter that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I look at it as like how Death did. Oh, I missed you this time. You know what I'm saying? And why my brain is gone? Who? Final Destination. You know what I'm saying? How Death moves from I ain't get you this time. I'm gonna come back and get you though.
Right. Like I ain't get her. Right. But I'm gonna go get someone else.
Is that how the canon events evolve or move around? You see what I'm saying?
I mean, if that's the case, like we said, like Miles had his canon event when he tried to save his uncle, but his uncle ended up dying. So now they're like, oh no, that wasn't your canon event. Your canon event is your dad. Your dad's gonna get promoted to captain, and he gotta die.
Right. Yeah, Dre, we said that when he went into that alternate universe, he basically destroyed it when he went into it.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that he witnessed the destruction, and that's what we were saying about his motivations. Like a lot of people saying that him going so hard against Miles Morales, like he was going too hard against Miles, and you know what I'm saying. But when you witness the destruction of, especially matter of fact, he witnessed it, so he would have lost it twice, right? His universe, his kid, his family died. He came into this universe and was like, "Oh snap! I can just slide right in." You know what I'm saying? Let me kick this Miguel out the way. You know what I'm saying? And slide
Right in the river.
Right. I got my family back, and then that gets destroyed. So he lost his family twice. I ain't even really think about it like that. He lost his family twice if we go by what he said. So he has, to me, to be being in his feelings the way he was in his feelings makes all the sense in the world to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would hate to lose Mika and Kobe twice. Once, maybe. Twice though, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some smoke in the city, though.
He's stupid. He's stupid.
Oh man, but what else I got? Questions. We talked about clones. Oh, how did Miguel cross over into this new universe? How did he end up over there? Was
in
this
42?
In
He
42?
didn't come from 42.
But you're talking about at the end of the movie, right?
What? How did he get into the universe to where he can just kick the other Miguel to the side and slide in? Like, how did he get over there?
Oh.
I feel what you're saying now. Okay,
Maybe he had already created, he had already created the little thing. I don't,
That ain't what he do. He a geneticist. He's not.
Oh, well, I mean, shoot, never mind.
Like, maybe this was a collider event, like how the spider ended up in Miles's.
Oh, because that it kind of goes back, back to the first movie where this, Peter Parker just randomly shows up, you know what I'm saying? And that probably happened. That's probably something that happened to Miguel too. Like he accidentally ended up in, the same universe as this other Miguel that kicked the bucket. It was like, yeah, go on, slide you into the river. My family now.
That's kind of, for him to do that though is crazy. Like, that's why. Would you? Matter of fact, let's hold for a second. Would you do that?
Wait, if I went into another universe and there was another me there and that me died, would I slide that person into the river and just live their life?
Just live their life. Because it's not you. It's like how, spoiler alert, when Miles shows up at the end, different hairstyle. The things that happened to Miles leading up to whatever point they're in right now is totally different. So I want to know how he would have even gotten away with that. Like the unit, you skate, right, Mika? You know what I'm saying? Kobe, you do plays and stuff. You know what I'm saying? We act and things like that. You go in and the Mika of the universe that just kicked the bucket and you finna slide into the water, into the river, might have been something totally opposite than what you were.
Right.
Don't even look the same. You might have a big scar
the same,
down,
but our I get what you're saying. Like the Miles in 42 was definitely not like the Miles that we know. You know what I'm saying? He was a lot more darker, you know what I'm saying?
Different swag, everything.
Right. Like different type of voice tone, all that. So like I get what you're saying. Like if I
had a little Spanish in his, you heard like
yes. But like if that happened, I mean, I don't know if I could. Like I don't know if I witness me dying, I'd be like, yeah, let me go ahead and slide on up out of this universe.
Or maybe he couldn't get back. I don't know.
That too, because Peter Parker couldn't get back for a while. In the first movie too, he was around for a minute.
What's that, Cole?
I got a theory, y'all.
Okay.
The MCU with Doctor Strange and with the Peter from our universe, we can reference that. I wonder if that affected their universe too. Too. I wonder if it flip flopped, and that's why you got, and that's how they're tied together. That's why you got so many different, because it never showed why they were trying to wrangle all these people back to their universes either. you know what I'm saying? I wonder if that's how they tie it together, is that whole event broke everything. So everybody's just
That actually kind of makes sense.
No, I don't
It
like
does because
it. It does, but I don't like it.
remember. Look,
I
I knew you was
that
gonna like
because
it because remember in was that No Way Home? That I think that's what it was. Like you could see all the different villains like in the
Yeah.
sky. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So what Kobe's saying is it makes sense because
No, it
they,
does.
and then just because they referenced it too, don't get me started on Doctor Strange and that little skinny kid from
Right. Let me ask you this: do you think that was shade, or do you think like it was a legitimate reference?
No, I think
I
that was a
think it was
legitimate
just
reference.
You okay?
I
I
think
thought
it was a
maybe it was a
legitimate
little
reference.
shade. Let me check the comments out real quick.
I think it was legit.
Dre says that's not all of Miles' canon events. It's either his mom or dad dies, one from the comics and one from the game.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's what we think that it's multiple canon events, right?
Right.
And maybe you got only so many canon events before you know what I'm saying to you, because we don't know Indian Peter Parker or Indian Spider-Man. He might have just been missing all his canon events, and this is the one.
That
You
that
know
was the
what I'm
one that was the one that was his last one.
Because my thing is them working as the Spider Gang, right? That shouldn't really be happening if you think about it.
Right.
So because that's displacing them from their time, from their universe, from their timeline. So them bouncing in and out, and I know they wear the little wristwatch, you know what I'm saying? Apple Watch, Samsung Watch, thingamajigs or whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm taking you away from where you should be at.
Right.
Right. So that within itself, to me, should cause some type of event when you leave from, unless I'm putting you right back in the place from where you left from. If that
Like
makes
you
sense.
just freeze time and then you
Well, it wouldn't be freezing. Like time is still moving, but if I pluck you from here, just like how the MCU explained, if I pluck you from here, I have to put you back here.
Oh, at that time.
At that time.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's that. Let me see what else he says. It says the DNA from the spider number 42 brought him to that universe where he went to the go home machine.
Yeah, I got that part.
He's talking about
He's talking about Miles.
Miles. Oh yeah, no, I'm not talking about how Miles got to how he got it. I'm talking about Miguel. How Miguel
How did he get to that time where he kicked the bucket?
Right. That's that we talking about Miguel. Yeah, Dre, hold on. I'll send you the link. I'll let you come on audio, man. Got no problem. Let me see the link real quick.
That's how I think he came on. That's how I think they got there. Was just people just start flashing to different universes, y'all. That's the only thing that really makes sense because of that. Because you even think about it, like they had an incursion without having an incursion. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even say incursion, but we all know that that's what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They missed the Nexus event or whatever. We know it's an incursion. So, I think that's how they really. We know that they're going to have to tie this into one of the main universes. They showed us the Venomverse or whatever, but I don't think that's the universe we're going into for the live action. No, I think that the way they end this movie is the fact that Miles is event and I feel like it does start an incursion. And I feel like the world it smashes into is the live action universe. You know what I'm saying? And they start banging together, you know what I'm saying, and having an incursion. I feel like that's how this moves forward. Because everybody's saying that they don't know what'll happen. They do know what's going to happen. They've seen it. You know what I'm saying? When you miss the canon point, the canon event. So they've seen what happens. So I feel like they're going to miss his, and he's going to save his dad. And that's exactly what's going to happen, is that canon event is just going to be missed.
Oh, most definitely gonna save his dad. He's saving his dad, but I do think somebody else gonna die.
I think it's gonna be his mom.
Rio gonna catch
it. Somebody got to go.
Yeah, somebody's going.
Okay, if it ain't his mom, it's Gwen Stacy.
I think it's maybe that's a good.
Good point.
That's a good.
Big
Yeah,
one.
I don't
but
think
I
it's one.
think it's the whole universe, y'all. Like everybody gonna die. Like
Everybody gonna
encourage
die. The whole
everybody.
it's gonna implode on all of us.
No, because
Every,
I think they'll come in. See, okay, so this is what I think. I like where you're going, Kobe. I think him and Miguel are gonna end up being. They're gonna have to get close. They're gonna have to put aside their differences, to save this universe, right?
Mhm.
Because or to save Miles's universe, they're gonna have to. Miguel gonna come to his senses, and well, he was useless anyway, so you know.
God dang you.
All he did, what he do? Give him a high five and show that he was
Not
wearing
the,
his
not
shoes,
the
and that was
man,
it.
the man in the chair.
Yeah, that was. I mean, he didn't even really do it. So yeah, he probably won't make it anyway. But I think him and Miguel gonna have to work together to figure out the problem. Really, the real anomaly is not Miles. Miguel is the anomaly. I don't give a damn
Right.
what nobody say. He done slid right on. Miles was just living his life, got bit by some shit that wasn't supposed to be there.
He didn't even
Right.
care. Like he got bit by that spider and was like,
Yeah, he flicked it off. You know what I'm saying?
and went about his life.
Went about his life. So it's not that he wasn't supposed to be there. The spider wasn't supposed to be there.
Exactly.
Miguel,
Right.
you the one jumping ship, playing house in somebody else's home. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
Slid a body into the river.
What they call it in Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness, what they call it, skinwalking. Yeah,
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 skinwalking. You right,
exactly.
skinwalking, man.
and that should have
Exactly.
caused an incursion all in itself because
But I think that's so. Another theory, since we doing theories, if Madam Web is the one pulling the strings, if she figured out or she pulled a Spider-Man who could create, superior. Let's say it was Superior Spider-Man, right?
Okay,
Because he would be
yeah, he would be the Doc Ock Spider-Man, right?
Maybe he's the one who created the
band.
wristlet, so that Miguel, because only reason why you really need the wristlet is so you don't glitch, right?
Yes.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm pretty sure Miguel was going crazy. He was trying to beat down his wife, I don't even know what you call it, but imagine doing, you know what I'm saying, trying to make love and glitching, because he had to be glitching like crazy, right? He had
The
to be
whole
going
time.
crazy.
Right.
That's another thing too. I don't even know how he even did that. Remember the spider was glitching in the first movie.
That's right.
Right.
So
That's right.
I don't know, man. Like I
And
said, I don't.
it even got proved, like when Miles showed up into the spider, what's called the Spider-Verse. Whenever he showed up, he was glitching, and everybody was like looking at him like,
Man, give this man a wrist. Give him
right, where's your wristband, my guy?
His head about to blow up.
Give him his day pass.
Right.
Not a day.
Give him his day pad.
It was a day pass.
Hold
I
on.
didn't know they do these to adults.
Why they gave the baby a day pass though?
Hey,
She was there every day.
every day.
She was there every day. Why did she have her
Because
own
some
permanent
days she might not have
wristband?
been there. Some days she might have been with MJ. Who knows?
No.
Who knows?
The baby was the best part of this damn movie because she pulled that mask down and was like,
That's Mayday
"Let's
Parker,
get
dog.
it."
Mayday Parker about it. She has a dope story too. Her being grown, and what she eventually, you know what I'm saying? She eventually becomes Venom or whatever. And Peter hates that she, like, her and the Venom symbiote, like bond. They like
Yeah.
best buds and shit. And he hate that shit. He matter of fact, he hated it so much he told her, "Don't even come around me. You can't even come around me with that shit on."
Right.
That's a what storyline is that? The Marvel storyline? Is that the Marvels? I want to say that's the Marvel storyline. With Alex Ross doing all the art on the inside. That's a dope storyline though, because Wolverine is like this old fat dude. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't a super. He just fat, drinking
Oh, like
beers.
Thor was.
Worse than Thor. He ain't got hair in the middle of his head. He bad off, man.
Yeah, he way bad.
He bad off. It's a dope storyline, man. It's real cool. But Dre, I sent that to your Instagram, man.
He sent me a message. He says his internet is trash can juice.
Oh well, I don't know. Internet, mine was acting weird earlier too.
It's acting up too.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know what's
acting
going on, but
It's the wildfires in Canada.
they could.
up.
Did you see them pictures? Did you see them New York pictures?
Yeah, it's like that up here too.
Did
Like
y'all
you
got
like
some
you,
of that too?
I mean, it's not as bad as New York, but you could tell the air quality is definitely different. Because I
Y'all
went
got
running
some
the
of
other day, and I was like, "Nah, son."
It's crazy. I was like, what
Yeah.
Miles and Peter at for you know what I'm saying?
Right?
They need to go to where is it at, in Toronto or somewhere?
Yeah, it's like
Canada,
somewhere,
because it's Canada,
somewhere.
right?
I mean, it's clearly across the water because if
Yeah.
it's affecting New York and New Jersey and Philly,
Mm.
then it's
Right.
like right there across the
Y'all
water.
remember
Right.
when Georgia was on fire and that shit was
Mm-hmm.
that was crazy. I talked about the clones. Oh, let me see. What did I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about because what she said in every other universe she'd have been to, the Gwen in that universe
Dies.
dies.
Yep.
Now when she said that, and then she, he was like, he put a hand, they was about to touch hands and everything, real touching moment, and then he kind of pulled back, like, damn, you died. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. I mean, I think that kind of set it up to what we just said. Like, she's probably going to be the one that gets taken away from him.
mm,
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Even though she's not the quote unquote canon event in his world,
mm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, she's going to be the one, she's probably, like, he's probably going to go and save it. Like, he's got to make a choice between saving her or saving his dad.
What if he got to make a choice between saving the Gwen of his universe and her?
Nah, man. I just said what is gonna happen. It's gonna be between her and his dad, and Gwen gonna get clapped.
Oh man.
Too.
So
It's gonna be
okay.
between the two of them. Like, he's gonna be like, I can do both. Like the Spider-Man always says,
I
I
always
can
say,
do both.
yep, I can do
I
both.
can do both. And
Damn.
and
I don't
she's
want
gonna
Gwen to
tell
go.
him, straight up, like, let me go.
Mm.
Save your dad.
No, son. I don't like that. I like it, but I don't like that.
If I
You know,
call it,
I
if I call it, you owe me a Coke.
Hey, all right, I'll send you a Coke, man. But I mean that it makes sense, especially with them, them getting closer and closer.
Yep.
Gwen coming to try to save him. She ends up in the wrong universe. He's in the wrong universe. Well, she ends up in the right universe. He's in the wrong universe.
Right.
That how does I like their relationship. I think
I do too.
you know what I'm saying. I think it's dope because it's like it's that high school puppy love type could go to something. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I like seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
like
you
seeing
don't
that.
see it anymore.
Yeah, we don't see that no more. It's like innocent. Like they ain't kiss, they ain't do nothing, but it's that tension is there.
Yep.
They both like each other.
Yep.
I
But
got a question.
what you got, Mika?
How did she end up staying in his universe in the first one without glitching?
Well, we don't know whether she was good, because so in the first one, we saw more Peter B. Parker than Gwen in the first one.
Right.
Right, but she was going to school with him. Like, she
Ooh,
sat right
yeah.
next to him.
Mm-hmm.
He pulled half her hair out.
He did. Had made her cut it. He did.
Well, she wasn't from this. She's not from this earth or this world. She's from another time.
Mm-hmm.
So how did she end up there?
How she got there was, same way that. Well, I'm guessing same way that Peter B. Parker got there was through the. But
I would
like
to
I think it
revisit
was
this
just.
movie.
What's that?
I'm going to revisit that movie.
I think it was just a flub. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they wanted to concentrate more so with the Peter, because we got a lot of him trying to train Miles and you know what I'm saying, all of that stuff. Especially once Miles said, "All right, I want to be like Spider-Man," after reading the comic book or whatever. So I think we got more of that. And then when it was time for Gwen and because I thought they did at one point in time glitch when all of them was together, like Spider Noir and all of them. Mecha
Oh,
Spider
that I
and
think
all
that's
that.
probably when it went unstable because it probably
Yeah.
was stable up until then, and then once they
Mhm.
all got together, that's when
And
it became unstable and they started
unstable.
glitching.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
and that could be another
that
thing
makes
too.
sense.
How long you stay in there, you know, could
Right.
be an issue. And what
Might
what
be
they call it,
different.
plot armor, like to move the plot forward. I think they wanted to show in this one Miles glitching because he's supposed to be the anomaly.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they made sure to show that. In the first one, Peter was the anomaly. He wasn't supposed to be there, so they showed him glitch a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
Right.
think that's
Right.
just plot armor. Nah, Dre, you good, man. And I think, like Mika said, man, the Canadian fires is fucking up the internet
Smoke
everywhere.
them out.
So you good. But yeah, I like their relationship, man. I think hopefully it lasts. Mika says they getting rid of old Gwen, but and I could see that. I could most definitely see that happen. Most
Yeah.
definitely see that happen. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Where am I at? Let's talk about this. Well, not yet. Hold on. Let me go back to everybody's favorite.
Right.
Everybody's favorite. Oh, Spider Punk, Hubie Brown.
The revolution would not be televised.
Hubie Brown is the Prowler, y'all. He was the first Prowler. He was a student just like Peter Parker. And his canon event, well, he didn't have a canon event, but what was dope was them making Hubie Brown Spider Punk. I think it's dope. Because like I said, the original Hubie Brown is the original Prowler. I think it's been like 3 Prowlers. But I didn't understand a word that was coming out of his mouth that Daniel Kaluuya said. Sometimes I don't be understanding Daniel Kaluuya when he speaks English.
British accent, yeah.
No, even when he be speaking English, sometimes I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? The shit he be saying. So,
But he's
I
not
understand what
speaking
he's
his
saying.
accent,
but yeah,
when he's not speaking his native accent, man, it's thick. Yeah.
right. And this one was supposed to be that East
British.
London
Yes.
punk.
The Cockney type, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it was heavy, man. But dope. His design. Him. I think a lot of people liked him because he was anti-establishment. Going against the.
Yep.
Totally.
It is.
Right.
That's why he was against whatever Miguel was standing for.
So if I'm Miguel, why is he on the squad?
Right.
That's the reason why I wanted to talk about Hubie Brown. Why is he on the squad?
I don't think he was so vocal. He wasn't as vocal until Miles showed up. You know what I'm saying? It was just like one of those things. Like, and if you paid attention, like when Gwen was like, "Yeah, sometimes I crash at his place." You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just more so like she knew where he was coming from, but she just kind of told him like, "Hey, just play ball." You know what I'm saying? Like, just play ball. But then when Miles showed up, and Miles was like, he realized that him and Miles shared the same type of thought process. He like, oh, y'all done messed up. That's why he told Miles, like, he was like you use your whole hand, not just your fingertips. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you think somebody said that's Miles.
I saw that too.
You
I heard that. I heard that or I saw that. I don't know if that was
that Dre back?
I think that was Dre that said that he thinks that's Miles. And I said, you know what? It probably could be. Like, it could be but then again, because they had the same powers. So, you know what I'm saying? As far as the
did they have? But we didn't see him use the Stinger powers. But
no, see, but that's how he knew. Because I mean, even though we never saw him use it,
right?
He was able to tell Miles how to use it because he's probably used it before. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it comes through his.
I was just thinking physics. More surface area instead of just using. I don't know. But okay, yeah, Dre said he is the one who said that.
Yeah.
See, we be watching Dre, we be listening, man. he be early in the morning with it. We be watching, man.
I'm just saying, 8:00 in the morning. 8:00 in the morning, my time.
Yeah. They say he doesn't believe in consistency.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, going against the grain is good, but to be a dutiful soldier, like if I'm Miguel, I don't know if I'm recruiting.
Nope, an anarchist.
Right. I don't know if
I
I'm
mean, I don't think,
recruiting.
Yeah,
like I said, I don't think Miguel knew. I don't think he was. I don't think he started becoming vocal until he realized that Miles was like the revolution is happening.
oh
It's
no,
happening now.
It's happening
this
now.
dude is dressed like, what I'm saying, the
Stizzle,
lead
what up?
singer of the Clash, what I'm saying. So he's punk, what I'm saying, anti this. And you
Yeah.
can look at him and tell that he is not about that life, right?
He's
Yeah,
really not about that life. Like even when they gave his backstory, he was like, "You think I'm gonna reveal my?
He was like, nope.
You think I'm gonna reveal myself? No."
Don't know who after me, man. These phones might be tapped. What you talking about?
right.
Shoot.
But no,
But
he was my favorite part of the like
uh,
one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Oh yeah,
yeah, nah,
one
Because
of the for sure.
like even when he was mumbling things under his breath, it was just like,
that you couldn't understand because it was so thick with that.
nah, I understood what he was saying. I understood what he was saying, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying. He was the one, you know what I'm saying. He's the reason why Miles is like, nah, dog, I'm gonna do my own thing. Like you can't make me comply with
Right.
something that, you know what I'm saying. You said I'm not supposed to be Spider-Man, so let me go
Let me go
home.
home. Yeah, shit, just let me go home then. You think he smashed?
Oh wow. That's a
We ain't
tough
answering
question.
that. All right.
You know what?
We ain't, you know.
I mean, she stayed over there.
Hey, I crashed over there from time. She was wearing this shirt. Now, come on, man.
And she was wearing the shoes. He's like, those are
Yes.
my sneakers. I was like, wait, y'all ain't even the same height. How the hell?
He
Terrible.
smashed. He got her. He got her. Got him. He got her. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. He smashed. Even James say she left her toothbrush there. Yeah,
Exactly. She did. She did. She did leave it because he even told her. He was like,
Yeah.
you left your toothbrush here. Oh, those my shoes.
man. Yeah. Demand them. He got her. He got her. So Spider Punk, great addition to this week. It was a lot of Spider-Man that showed up. Metro Boomin, the producer, even he actually had a good cameo. He was the spider in all black with the dreads that was hanging upside down. Who told him I forgot what he said, but that was Metro Boomin. I was like, it must be dope. He's now, I don't know if he would you consider him canon, but to be your own Spider-Man, you know what I'm saying, is dope. To have your own Spider-Man to me is dope.
Was it
So,
was the other part where he's like there was more left or something like that?
something like that.
That little
Yeah.
joke that he made.
So I think
No,
that
there's
was dope.
nowhere to go. He said
That's what it is.
I'm sorry. There was somewhere to go.
I thought that was dope, especially for them to let him, to even have a talking part.
Right.
But yeah, it was a lot of Spider-Man. You had the car, the cat,
The T-Rex.
the T-Rex. Was Black Spider-Man in there? I didn't see Venom suit Spider-Man or Black.
Baghead
He probably was
in
not
there.
just in.
Which
Was
one?
he there? Say what, Cole?
Which one?
Just black suit Spider-Man. I don't know whether Venom suit or just black suit.
I didn't
I
see
don't
it.
see
That's
it.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
PlayStation Spider-Man was
Yeah,
there.
Insomniac Spider-Man
Wait.
was there.
Unlimited Spider-Man. Like they had a lot. They did a lot, man. They did a lot. The Lego Spider-Man, did you hear about the story behind that?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Well, the writer.
Good luck. What's that
Yeah.
called?
The Lord and Chris Miller did the Lego movie. So yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, but the animator who animated that scene,
Mm-hmm.
that was a kid.
What?
Yeah.
My favorite part from that was when he was like, beep boop.
Yeah. That was a kid.
Yep.
A kid
wild.
animated that sequence.
Wow.
Yeah, this movie has got so like a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that happened with this movie. A lot of the animators, you know what I'm saying, even with them taking so long to animate, man, it was a lot that they did with this movie and giving people chances to come, you know what I'm saying, and do things. I can't remember how many different animators it was, but yeah, it was dope, man.
That's dope.
Yeah. D Stizzle says, I'm paraphrasing, but I felt that you were never meant to be Spider-Man line with a low-key jab at Miles haters. It could be, but yes and no, because Michael, when Bendis created Spider-Man, he created Spider-Man because he has a black son. You know what I'm saying? And he wanted his son to have somebody to look up to. And when he saw Donald Glover wear the Spider-Man costume in the community, that's what made him come up with Miles. He said, okay, I'm gonna do a black Spider-Man. And that's why you see Donald Glover attached to a lot of Miles Morales stuff, is because basically without Donald Glover, there wouldn't be a Miles Morales. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the inspiration behind it. But I can see where you're coming from with that. A lot of people saying that but the reason I say yes and no is because it's been a million Spider-Mans. You know what I'm saying? It's clones over here. It's Spider-Woman. It's you know what I'm saying? Like, and now they introducing a sidekick, Spider Kid or some shit like that. Like, it's Spider-Man. It's always been multiple types of Spider-Man that you can attach to. Spider-Man 2099, Mayday Parker, you know what I'm saying? Peter Porker, you know what I'm saying? It's always been different variations of Spider, because he's so big, you know what I'm saying? Spider-Man is the brand, is Marvel's face. You know what I mean? So it's so many different Spider-Man. But I don't think you're wrong though, because this is the first black Spider-Man.
Right.
So if you want to take it that way, I agree with you on that. Him being the first black Spider-Man. But I mean, they didn't have an issue with the first Hispanic Spider-Man with Miguel O'Hara when he came out. So, but yeah. James says Metro Boomin and Daniel Pemberton killed it. Yeah, the soundtrack. Yeah, that soundtrack is dope. It's a dope soundtrack. One more. I don't, because we're over our limit. Let's talk about her real quick. It's Ray. I want to give her flowers. The reason why I don't want to talk about her as a character because she was a hater. So
oh Lord.
She was a hater. She was a hater. She didn't belong there. Hell, you're not even a Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not a Peter Parker. You're not a nut. You are Jessica Drew. Where are you coming from?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Stupid.
If Miles Morales was supposed to be there, you damn sure ain't supposed to be there.
Right? Oh man, but no, I thought her design was dope. The big afro. I wonder, her being pregnant. I wonder is her backstory the same exact backstory as her white counterpart, where she just went and got pregnant because, superheroing is hard to have a sex life. So, and I want to have kids. You know that whole
Lord
story. That's what it was. She went and got.
They didn't go into her backstory.
Artificially inseminated. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know. And a lot of people, I'm gonna tell you this, people, they was like, "Oh, she's out here pregnant, fighting." Yes, pregnant women get down.
I'm just saying.
I don't even know why y'all even having that discussion.
That's what I'm trying to. Coming from someone who has been pregnant not once but twice. I was literally still running. Like, I'm in the military, so I was still out there running. You know what I'm saying? All the way up until I was 6 months pregnant. And even after that, I was still on a bicycle or a treadmill, walking on the treadmill or on a bicycle, getting it in. Y'all act like women get pregnant and we just become fragile and that we can't do the things that we can't jog or work out or kick
regular shit that you've been doing.
Right. Like we get the warning from our doctors, like, hey, just, you can do it. Don't overdo it. You know what I'm saying? But like, this is a fictional character, y'all. Like, so what? She
got a spider womb, dog. It's you know what I'm saying? It's like a cocoon in there. What you talking about?
Right?
Man?
Like,
that baby is fine.
Like, just so y'all know, pregnant women are not fragile unless they are a high risk. Then other than that, like, the people
If
that be like,
anything,
oh, she
y'all
should
might
be
be
out there
y'all.
lifting weights. What?
If anything, pregnant women, they not fragile. I think they are overly.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
everything is operating
It's
times 2.
intensified. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, Mika, I'm surprised you say you was running. I'm surprised you wasn't like pulling a Buick Regal behind you or something like that. Like, you know
With
what I'm saying?
chains around your neck,
Right, chains
but
around your neck
school
and
bus,
stuff like
right?
that. Like
I mean, I see the videos of women like still lifting, still doing
lifting
deadlifts
weights.
and stuff like
Yeah,
that, and they
yeah.
like pregnant, and
And I
no, you
heard that
shouldn't
that's
be
actually
doing
good.
that.
I heard
It
that's good
is.
though.
I'm trying to tell y'all, like, if you keep working out while you pregnant, your delivery go like that.
And the snatchback is like what?
Yeah, snatchback is crazy.
Snatchback game.
So,
D Stizzle says facts. Miles was the first version that caught mad hate from fans. Yeah,
Yeah, it's true.
yeah.
Mhm.
I got Misty Night vibe. Yeah, I did too. She does look like a Misty Night I don't want to say reject, but yeah. I think they pulled like, let me take Misty Night and throw her in the spider uniform. You know what I'm saying? I would have liked to see, and maybe we'll see it next time, is Silk. I think Silk should have played a bigger part than Jessica Drew over here. You know what I'm saying? Because she was bit by the same spider that bit Peter Parker.
Right.
Like, that's how it goes. I would like to know what her canon event was, because they locked her away. You know what I'm saying? She was locked away for all those years until she finally broke free or whatever. But and I thought they were supposed to be doing a show or a movie on her. I wonder what happened with that show. But I would like to see her. I think she should have been a part of this also. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she was a hater. She was a hater. I mean, come on, Mika. Mika, she was a hater.
Let me live in the glory of her kicking butt, okay?
She was a hater, riding around on a motorcycle, holier than thou and shit. She was a hater, man. She didn't want to help Miles out. Like, you would think if anybody was gonna tell Miles,
it would have been her.
Yeah, Or you would think, but then again, we don't know her background. She might be straight up deadbeat trash. We don't know.
Right.
She might just be one of them. You know what I mean? Don't know. And I think that's the crazy. So we don't have no background on Miguel, and we don't have no background on Spider-Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else we got background on. None on them. They just showed up whooping ass, telling Miles stay out the way and shit like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we didn't. What's up with that? She a hater. She a hater. Yeah. Also, Dre Morales, Spider-Man is the greatest hero. Dre Morales. Shut up, man.
Shut up.
This guy.
You're not going to cast you as they're not going to
They
cast
not.
you as
They're
Miles
not.
Morales. Okay, just
They not.
let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
These Stizzle says Silk would be cool. Yep, will be. And also Spider. Oh yeah, Spider Girl. Spider. And what was her name? Arcana or Arachnia, whatever her name is. Like, it's a lot of characters that I'm pretty sure they probably gonna pull out the wood, because it's like I said, Mika, there's so many spider people. They did a couple years. They did what's called Spider Island, and they got the Spider-Verse. Like, it's a lot. They just got spider people all over the place, man. Clones and spider people. So it's a lot they could do. But she's a hater, though. I don't care what nobody say. Get her out of there. Get her out of it. Like, she worked for S.H.I.E.L.D., though. She's like a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they could play up to that. Yeah, Arena. That's her. Arena. Maybe they could play up to that. I don't know. But get her out of there. Anything we missed, Mika?
No, I think that was it. I just want to say that Indian Spider-Man, I want to put him in my pocket and just hold him in there. And whenever I'm having a bad day, just pull him out and just be like, talk.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the show. Just pull him out your pocket and talk. Oh, man. Oh, did we?
Oh, we didn't even talk on the
I'm sorry,
Prowler.
we
We didn't talk on the Prowler.
It's 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes, Mika. What you got?
Honestly, I like the shoes that he had on.
That's it. That's all I get. Honestly,
No, I like this version of Miles. Like I already knew. Like when the other Miles showed up and his uncle saw him, he was like, "Who is you?"
Mm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But when he showed up, I was like, man, everything just hit the fan on this one.
Right. And I agree with you. Kind of felt it when he showed up. He was acting different. I was watching Chillmonger. He was saying how he was asking that people notice that Miles was in a different universe. Somebody said his mom's eyes was a different color, something like that.
That was Dre that said that.
Did Dre say that?
I
Dre,
think
you out
Dre
here
said
just saying shit. But I kind of figured he was in a different universe just by how, as soon as his mom said your hair changed,
yeah, that's when I knew it too. She was like, "What happened to?" Like basically, she was like, "What happened to your braids?"
Right.
And I was like, "Oh,
yep, different universe." That's when I figured it out. But
and then she was like, "Who's Spider-Man?"
Yeah, who's Spider-Man? Who's that?
Who is that? And he was like,
How you?
I was like,
Spider-Man?
"Oh," but as soon as she said, "You know what happened to your braids?" Like you took. Oh no, she said you took your braids out, and I was like, "Oh, he didn't even go home.
Nope.
He didn't go home."
That's when I knew it was. That's when I knew it was up. But that's a classic time travel trope though, or a classic universe. You know what I'm saying? Like they always do that. It's always you show up thinking you back. Marty McFly did that. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Thinking, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm home. Nope. it's something different. Right. Butterfly, butterfly effect did it. You know what I'm saying? All of that. But him being a prowler, like because you know what I'm saying, when he was talking to his uncle, and then his uncle was like, "Shit, I ain't the prowler," and he threw the glove over the Prowler Miles, Prowler Miles,
Prowler Miles,
and the swag. You know, when he jumped off the thing and the swag that he had, and then he started talking with the little Spanish accent in it. You know what I'm saying? Like he was straight from the Bronx. He was hanging out with Fat Joe them. You know what I'm saying? Terror Squad.
Right.
Triple Seis, Cuban Link. He was, you know what I'm saying? He was kicking it with them. You know what I'm talking about? Had that accent going. Thanks for crushing the black man's dream. Nah, Dre.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Damn well, ain't nobody.
You're welcome. Look at me. Look at me. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh man. These still says Prowler Miles had a slice man. Yep, too. Raised by his mother. It makes sense. Right. Correct. Yep. Correct. And Dre said exactly. Yeah, correct. To hit off real quick, what happens? But what's the interaction between Prowler Miles and Spider Miles?
I mean, as soon as Miles get out them chains, it's gonna be on and popping. But I mean, eventually, I'm pretty sure Miles gonna end up explaining what happened. Like, yo, like, I'm not supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're me for a reason. Like, you're here for a reason.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of butt kicking in this one between the two of them. And I think Prowler Miles is probably going to end up realizing that Miles Morales is correct, and they're going to end up beating the brakes off of Miguel because he deserves it. Sorry.
What's up on Miguel? Because he done slid into another man's house. Dude, I think how they should do an interaction. We start the first, like the credits is them brawling, fighting each other. Damn near, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how the movie starts, and the credits is rolling in between the fights.
Or the movie starts the same way it starts every time, except this time we get Prowler Miles.
His backstory.
Yeah, and how he became who he became who he is.
Yep, that'll be dope. And this is his canon moment. I don't know.
Hire me, Sony. Hire me.
There, I got you. I'll talk to them. They got you. I got you. It was one more question. Oh, okay. we ain't got to get in depth, but this is just my personal opinion when it comes to just Miles Morales in general. Because I think we hit everything on the head when it comes to talk about this. But Miles in general, Miles Morales, I think Marvel, Sony, whoever, I think they need to figure out a way to differentiate him from being Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, because who's, you know, at the end of the day, who's Spider-Man? I know who Spider-Man is. Peter Parker. That's Spider-Man.
Right.
And then there's Miles Morales. We don't even call him we don't call him Spider-Man.
We call him Miles Morales.
Call him Miles Morales. I think him being under the shadow of Spider-Man kind of, it stunts his growth to me. He's a dope character. We want to see him shine and flourish. He's getting the 2 great films over this medium right here. We want to see him flourish in every medium that he in, but I don't think he can, let's say it, you know what I'm saying? The fans, they see Spider-Man. Who do you think of when you see Spider-Man?
Peter Parker.
You think of Peter Parker, right?
Yep.
He need a name. He needs like an actual name that we can carry on, or he can carry on going forward. Because I think this is a big coming out for Miles Morales as a character. You know, being introduced to all these other people. I think you continue his growth, his path by him saying, I don't want to be associated. Because to me, this whole thing is saying you're not a Spider-Man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Miguel, you're an anomaly. His mom was like, you'll go there, but you gonna, you know, whatever school you go to, remember who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I always say he's not a Spider-Man. He's his own thing. You know what I'm saying? He isn't, you know, we talk about original black characters. He is an original black character, but he's just carrying the burden of that symbol that's on his chest.
Facts.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think he need to, the writers or whoever, Marvel, Sony can't do it because it's not their character. They can do things with the movie, but real canon going forward, Marvel, figure out a way to come up with a name that'll stick, that'll work for Miles Morales. So we know when we say Shadow Spider or Dark Stinger or whatever they come up with, that we know that we're talking about Miles. Because when I say Spider-Man, everybody think of Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you say. Peter Parker, number one, he's got billion-dollar movies. You know what I'm saying? He's been here for however long he's been here. Miles is brand new to the game, but he's a dope character. Let's build on that. Let's give him a legacy that can last. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he's not a sidekick. He's not a side character. You know what I'm saying? To me, he's a standalone. He can stand alone. And he can still be associated with Spider-Man, but make him his own thing. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think anybody else is like that. Miss Marvel is Miss Marvel. She's not Captain Marvel Jr. or she don't go by Cap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Give him his own thing, man. That's my only thing. You agree?
No, I agree.
Okay, that's how I wanted to end it. We did 30 minutes extra. But I appreciate everybody who came and rocked with us. Kobe, we lost Kobe. It's all right, man. We'll condolences to his internet, you know. But Mika, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you as always. I appreciate those who came and rock with us. Dre, check out the Dre Max show every day in the morning at 8 on his channel. He goes in, he does things, man.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, like, but he put. I want to give him his flowers because he goes and he puts in the work. You know what I'm saying?
For every morning.
About to talk about every morning, man. And he
every
says
morning.
As soon as he gets off from work in the morning,
he
hops on and does that show, man. And he still has, you know, got to run around and do things with the kiddos and the family or whatever. So I want to salute Dre on that. D Stills, I appreciate you. Also check out James McD Reviews. They do things over there, reviews and such. Check out Mika. She is the Rookie of the Year this year in the podcast league. Mika G in the place to be.
He just saying that because I did.
Not you did. You're doing things.
No. He's saying that because I was featured on a They
variety.
featured me on Know Thy Neighbor, Mr. Peterson's neighborhood. If you go on Instagram, you can watch that video. He asked me, I got asked some questions, and it was a dope segment.
Man, they went when people go looking for you, you know what I'm saying, to interview you, it's a whole nother level, man. You done made it. You know what I'm saying? That's another rung on the ladder that you're going up, Meek, and I'm proud of you, man. That's dope. That's dope.
Thank you. I appreciate
But
it.
yeah, check out Mr. Peterson, Mr. Peterson's neighborhood. What is it called? Know Thy Neighbor.
Yeah, Know Thy Neighbor.
Know Thy Neighbor. Just Google Mr. Peterson's neighborhood, Know Thy Neighbor. Mika G's face shows up, smiling, cheese, and laughing, and all such as things of that nature. It was a dope piece though.
Yeah,
that was a dope piece, man.
You should do it. Like he's looking for people to do it.
I know. I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna let it sit a little bit. But I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna reach out. Well, I do plan on doing that. I'm gonna reach out. Me and Pete, we talk. But yeah. I don't. I want you to shine, baby. I want you to shine. Get the shine on. You know what I'm saying?
Then that, and then
popcorn in your beard.
We just did Tropic Thunder yesterday.
And I missed it. I didn't even get a chance to do the replay. I know it was crazy.
That was my first time seeing that movie. So
what?
Yeah. To my defense, I never had an interest in seeing Tropic Thunder. And somebody jokingly was like, "Ooh, y'all should do Tropic Thunder." And so I like jokingly put it in the group chat, and it was like, "We doing it." And I was like, I ain't never seen that movie before. So
did you like it?
I did. It was funny. It was funny. And actually ended up watching it twice because that's how I do my reviews. Is I will watch it once, just to watch it, and then watch it a second time to pick up on anything that I missed the first time. So I ended up watching it twice.
That's what. Did you know that was Tom Cruise?
Yeah. So like, only reason why I knew it was Tom Cruise is because somebody had mentioned that Tom Cruise was in the movie, and I was like, that's Tom Cruise right there.
Damn. But yeah, Tropic Thunder is a dope movie, man. Where did I watch it? Was I on the ship watching that? I can't even remember why I watched it. But
you can watch it now for free on Pluto TV. I'm the plug, okay? I'm just letting y'all know.
You the Tubi plug or the Pluto plug.
Look, Tubi got everything now. Y'all be sleeping on Tubi. Look,
ain't nobody sleeping on Tubi.
Look, all 3 John Wick movies is on Tubi right now. I'm about to go watch. I'm about to binge watch.
You about to become a John Wick fan?
No, like I already watched the first 2, and then as soon as I was getting ready to watch the 3rd one, Tubi snatched it because the movie was coming out. But now the movie's out.
Now they threw it back up.
Yeah, so.
Makes sense, indeed.
And all the Ninja Turtle movies are on there now too.
Ooh, Go Ninja. The third, we don't speak on the 3rd one.
Oh yeah, we don't speak on that 3rd one.
Ooh, that was nasty.
We don't speak on that 3rd one.
Michelangelo killed somebody in that movie.
You know what? See, that's why we don't talk about that 3rd one.
Do not talk about that, and laughed about it. He made like a joke when he fell off. You know what I'm saying? Like damn, Mike. You got down like that. I thought that was like a Ralph thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Follow Mika G on all her social medias and things of that nature. Follow me on all my social media. Like I said, we out. Appreciate everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We out.